Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the No Joe Experience. We're back for episode 7. Taking a little bit longer there, as always. We are delayed, but we are back. Johan, how you doing, my co-host?
Mate, I am doing
Oh,
awesome.
he's
Weather
on
has
mute,
been a bit
apparently.
crap. Oh, am I? Sorry. Am I on mute?
No, I
Am I
thought you
hearing
were.
fine?
You just it didn't sound wasn't coming
Oh,
through.
you can hear me now? Technical difficulties,
Yeah,
can
I
you
can
hear
hear you.
me?
You're all good, mate. You're all good.
Right. So, my
Yep.
week. Yeah, no, week's
Yep.
been pretty good. Yeah, getting a few wee odd jobs done. And yeah, weather's turned a bit crap for the weekend, a bit of rain, but hasn't stopped me getting out and about and getting stuff done. So yeah, not the it's feeling quite cool
Oh, that's
today.
good.
Not the southern hemisphere summer that we should have about now. It's getting cold everywhere else in the world, but we meant to have summer right now. It doesn't feel like it. But what about
No,
yourself?
it is. It is a bit of a letdown, eh? No,
Yeah,
it's been pretty
what
good.
about your week? Good week?
Yeah, actually today, the weather's kind of been all over the place here. Yeah, no, week
Oh
has been
yeah.
good. So, since we last talked, I started a new job. That's been going well. Actually, funny story, because last time we talked, you'd had an injury, like you'd hurt your rib. Is that all good now?
Yeah,
How's that
broke
done?
a rib. Oh yeah, no, I've done. It's meant to take six
Yeah.
weeks to heal, and it's been 6 weeks now. So no, like it never happened. I forget about
Oh
it.
yeah. So this was like a couple of days after our podcast. So I had a voucher for like an adventure park here. Oh, he's popped off for a second. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, technical difficulties. We seem to have them every week, so it's nothing to
I'm
worry about.
I'm
You're back
here.
again.
I'm here.
Okay, sweet. That's all
We
right.
get
My
this as
story
part of
isn't.
the show. It adds to
Yeah,
character.
exactly. And so anyway, yeah, I had a couple of weeks ago. It's like the weekend before, like I'm starting work on the Monday, and I had this voucher for like the adventure park here in Christchurch. And it was like mountain bike hire, downhill bikes, and all the gear and stuff. And I'm like, sweet, I'll go for some mountain bike riding weekend before I start my new job. Should be fine. And so yeah, I went riding. It was good, really good day. And then I'm coming down, and I had a jump, and it wasn't in anything, well, anyway, an impressive jump. But I am not one that is can really jump much at all on a mountain bike, especially not one going down a hill. And so I kind of tried to ride off it, but instead. I just went straight over my handlebars and just slammed down on the ground into some gravel and rocks really, really well. So,
Ooh.
so winded
But you
myself
learn from
on
these
my
things.
leg. Like, yeah, my leg went into a few rocks. Like, fortunately, not my knee or something, and hurt. It's just like run. So I did massive bruise on my leg. And so, like, I went to start my new job, and I'm just like trying to hobble and try not to limp too much. So yeah, I was in a bit of pain for a few days there, but thankfully, no other injuries other than just some bruises and a hurt ego there, I suppose. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes
yeah,
you got to see what you still can do because we're in our 30s now, and you've
yeah.
got children, and you kind of want to prove that you've still got it, and
Oh,
that's
you
how
do,
these injuries
yes,
can happen.
because you definitely you don't feel like an old man a lot of the times, or don't feel like you should be. And then yeah, there's no bouncing back. I think once you get over the 30, like you can bounce back from a lot of things when you're a little bit younger, and it's just it's a slow build up back every time.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, no matter what it is, even drinking only, it's a slow recovery. But
Yeah,
no, I'm feeling pretty good now, so it's been good, and
don't
the
get
new
me
job
started
is going
on
well.
hangovers. But that's good to hear. So, are you like, is it better, or do you like not know yet? It's too fresh. Like, are the other staff all good? Like, did you get along with the new people? And like,
Um,
what's
yeah, no, it's really good, man. It's like a bit smaller company, and I'm doing a little bit more, like, like my role. There's more to my role. now, but that's good. So I'm learning a different side of the business. Yeah, it has been a little bit sink or swim a few days there, but no, it's been good, man. I've been enjoying it, and good group of guys to work with. So now, so far it's really good. Like in the honeymoon phase of the new job. So
What?
we'll wait
Yeah,
6
they say
months and
new
see how
jobs
it's
is
going. But no, so
positive,
far
eh?
everything's positive. Eh?
Oh, no, nice. No, it's all good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, no, my week's been good, but hey, you know what? I will get right into it, and I've got to share this because no, probably at this point, just about everybody will have seen it, but it it's just hilarious and just makes me laugh. So this is of course the interview that Elon Musk gave just a couple of days ago, and had a special shout out there for some advertisers pulling off of Twitter, now known as X, but it'll always be Twitter to me. So yeah, I've just got to show this because it's just like, people talk about having FU money, which, like you have so much money you can say FU to anybody. It's quite another story to actually see somebody who's got so much money they can say FU to somebody pulling out $100 million out of your business. So, like, you can say a lot about Elon. The man's got some balls, and so
There's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour. There was advertisers leaving.
yeah, sorry, I'll pause this for a second because there was some claims that he'd said something that was anti-Semitic, and people were complaining about that. But I didn't actually see what it was that he'd said. It was something like an agreement with some tweet. But I did hear there's some people who were like actually Jewish people and stuff were like, no, no. If you understood what he was saying, it wasn't actually saying anything anti-Semitic, and so people were just finding another reason to attack him over that. So I don't really know, but a lot of people weren't bothered by what he'd said. Anyway, we'll continue on this one here.
We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You don't want them to advertise?
No. If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
Oh, so good.
I gotta say, I do like how just he said it a second time, kind of like almost with sign language. Just I'm making sure I get my point across here.
As if
I thought that was
the FU statement wasn't enough because, like, for someone of his, what do you call it, his stature in the celebrity community, like, he's pretty high up there.
yeah.
Like, you normally got to be on your best behavior, but he obviously doesn't really care.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's that thing. I think it goes back to yeah, he's got that FU money, and
He could have
yeah,
used other words,
just
Like,
yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. So, but he knows. I think there's a few people who maybe weren't aware of it. So he had that comment at the end. He said, "Hi, Bob," and so there was Bob Iger, who's like the CEO of Disney, was also there at that same event and probably in the room when he was talking. Because Bob Iger was one of the companies that's recently pulled out advertising with Twitter, and cost them probably like $100 million. I think they said in lost advertising just from Disney, but there was some other companies like Apple as well, and that all goes to so there was a this is something that I just also find quite interesting. And look, I don't know what the absolute truth here is. I'm just going to say what's claimed here. So at the moment, Twitter is they are suing this group called Media Matters, and they filed a report about ads next anti-Semitic content, I should say. Oh, sorry, I'll just have to jump to the next one. Yeah, so they're suing them at the moment because they're absolutely disputing what what Media Matters have said in their report. They said it's jump to another screen. Ooh, not going as fast as I thought it would.
I can imagine there'll be some arguments there. Subjects up for debate.
I bet so. Like when you're talking about, so okay, so they did this report and so Twitter has lost a whole bunch of advertisers from it. Okay, so if we go to what they say, okay. So this is from Reuters saying, social media company X on Monday sued media watchdog group Media Matters, alleging the organization defamed the platform after publishing a report that said ads for major brands had appeared next to posts touting Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. X, formerly Twitter, has faced growing outrage since Media Matters published the report on Thursday, which led IBM, Comcast, and several other major advertisers to pull ads from the platform in the response. The report also came after a day after X owner Elon Musk expressed agreement with a post on the platform that falsely claimed Jewish people stoked hatred against white people. Like I said, I think that I didn't actually see that, but they said that was a little bit out of context there. But obviously not a good look anyway.
Brave text to be written.
But okay, so the law was. Yeah. Okay, but the lawsuit filed in a U.S. district court in Texas. X claimed Media Matters manipulated the social media platform by using accounts that exclusively followed major brands or users known to produce fringe content, and resorted to endlessly scrolling and refreshing the feed until it found ads next to extremist posts. So yeah, that's what they say. They said like they created new accounts. They followed the major advertisers like Apple, the likes of Disney, and all these big companies, and then they followed accounts specifically that were fringe content, something was going to be controversial, and then just refreshed their feed until they came up with something that was a bit extremist, something that probably maybe should be taken down, but next to something like Apple or one of their ads. So they specifically, followed things that knew that this was eventually going to happen because they were new accounts and just because of who they followed. So according to Twitter, Media Matters misrepresented the typical experience on X with intention of harming X and its business. Now I would say that's really wrong. Well, it is. It's actually illegal. I think they call it tortious interference or something like that. But it actually goes to like criminal charges. So
someone's going to end up in court.
So like Elon Musk launched. Yeah, well, yeah, he in his words, it was a thermonuclear lawsuit against Media Matters. And I don't know about you, but personally, if I had the world's richest man coming after me legally, I'd be a little bit concerned. I think he's kind of got the money to just drag things out and drag you into court for all of eternity, and it's not going to hurt him. But
you can imagine the amazing lawyers he would have.
Oh no, we seem to have lost my co-host here, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully he'll be back any minute. In the meantime, you might just be stuck with me for a little bit. Where has he gone? Excuse me. Or one of the downsides of having the internet way here in New Zealand, it does take some while and some cables and all that sort of stuff. Maybe Elon Musk can do it all through SpaceX. Yes. And we'll get fast internet over the satellites, and that will be all good. Oh, hopefully he'll be back. What's going on? I'm going to see if I can raise him. Unfortunately, we have been having some wild weather here in New Zealand. I think where Johan is, it's been pretty raining heavily. So that's maybe a bit to do with why he's abandoned me. And now you're just faced with me talking. Anyway, that's all right. That's not a problem. He will be back. I'm sure of it. That's all right. He's online. He'll be back any minute. Sending a message. What's he saying? Hopefully be in. All right. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue. So, like I think, as I was saying, yeah. So Elon Musk is suing Media Matters over this, and I think if what he is saying is true, then absolutely justifiably, they have lied and spread misinformation just to deliberately try and harm him and his business, to try and take him down. And I think that's wrong. And yeah, if there's anything truthful about this, if what he's saying is true, then absolutely they should be sued, and they should be stopped, and people should know about that, because yeah, it's a pretty serious thing to make up. Okay, so there was that there, and there's a lot of people saying, hey, look, like those big companies like Disney and uh, Apple, they know full well that this is, what this is. They're not silly. They're smart enough to know that this doesn't make any sense. So I think that's a big part of the reason why. A big part of the why his Wi-Fi dropped out. That's why he's not coming. It's all right. I'll keep chatting. So I think that's a big part of the reason why Elon Musk took that personal swipe at Bob Iger, for the CEO of Disney, because he was in the room and he's like, you're not going to manipulate me to, with this type of thing. And I think good on him. I think good on him for that. But yeah, old Bob Iger, he's not really having the best of time right at the moment. Because not only is he being told "if you" by the richest man in the world, that on his own he can probably take. He's a big boy, but unfortunately at the moment he's also dealing with a few other problems. So I think we talked last week about the Marvels movie and that coming out and whether it was going to be. Unfortunately, the Marvels has since come out, and the Marvels box office, it's worse than I didn't even think this was going to happen. The Marvels box office flops marks the end of an era for studios, a winning formula, and the beginning of a new one for Hollywood workers. Okay, so the Marvels opened this month to the lowest box office numbers of any of the 33 movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's pretty impressive, 33 movies. And yes, but it seems to be the end of the road for them. And I think that would probably happen with any franchise. Like, I don't know if there's any other franchise I can think of that's got to 33 movies. Star Trek, maybe? I don't know how many. There's a lot of Star Trek movies over the years, so maybe they could. But it's impressive what Marvel has done in such a short time period with their movies. But it's also impressive how much they have fallen since then. Because audiences just not likely to show up again. That's basically what they're saying. It's not as if the producers suddenly forgot how to make entertaining movies. Audiences will. It does mark the end of an era, unquestioned dominance, because Marvel has set the pace for Hollywood for the past 15 years. Its current situation helps illuminate. Sorry, I'm just checking if he's back on board. No, not yet. Okay, he's resetting the router. He'll be back soon. Okay. So anyway, it does mark the end of an era for Marvel films, I think, and that's pretty sad. Like, Marvel used to be so good; it used to be absolutely brilliant. You would stay till the end, or at least I would. Maybe I'm a little bit obsessed. That's fair enough. But you'd stay for the end credits. You want to see that, and then you see right to the end of the end credits, just to make sure that there was nothing else, no other extra little bonuses there to see it, because you wanted to know what was happening next. And I think that's just they managed to kill that, and it's cost them a whole lot of money, which is really impressive that they've managed to do that. And so I think old Disney's in a bit of trouble now, because they've spent so much money. They were spending ridiculous amounts of money. So I think, does it say here how much they managed to? I don't think it says here in this one here what they were opening, but they spent, I think, something like $200 million just on making the Marvels, and then there was probably that amount again on marketing for it, and so for it to flop, they're kind of losing out like several $100 million, and like even for a company as big as Disney, they can't afford to lose several $100 million. Elon Musk might be able to tell you that he seems a little bit upset about it currently. Oh no, Johan has just messaged me. He's not sure if he'll be able to make it back on tonight. That's a real disappointment. Okay, so we might actually have to wrap this up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, because yeah, I'm not sure what else. Well, yeah, so there was that there. I will just because there was one other part to this that I want, if it's going to let me. Now my internet's starting to show up. Like it's like a virus here. Yeah. So here we go. So yeah, this comes from Bounding into Comics. So Disney Magic fades as company admits being at odds with consumers in recent SEC report. So this I thought was really interesting because so the Walt Disney Company appears to fully acknowledge the cost of its political and social agenda. So Disney had its SEC filings, which is like a legal like security, and I forget what the rest of it stands for, but it's basically a report for investors. And you know, at the end of the day, it is a business. People invest in their business, and they expect to make money out of it. And when they end the year with less money than they started the year, which seems to be happening to if you hold Disney stock, you kind of need to know why, and you need to know from the CEO what they're doing about that. So Disney's latest animation Wish failed to meet box office expectations, according to a report from Variety. Disney's latest animated endeavor just managed to make a fairly disappointing $19.5 million, which doesn't sound too good. It doesn't sound too bad, I should say. And a total of $31.7 million over the 5 days that followed. The movie was projected to notch the top spot over A Family-Oriented Holiday, with an estimated $35 million for the weekend and projections between $40 and $50 million for the following business days. No, sorry, still no Jones on him. Instead, Wish managed to trail behind the Hunger Games prequel. I didn't even realize that was out. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Ridley Scott's Napoleon. It's Disney's Strange World all over again. And yeah, that's the point. I don't like. I think the one before just said that it's not like Disney don't know how to make good movies. I forgot how to make good. I think maybe they did. Everything at the moment they've gone from the height of you know, of the Marvels, of I should say, Avengers, the height of that, which they made like $1 billion at the box office. I think it was one of the first movies to do that. And now everything they seem to be doing seems to be flopping majorly. And I just don't know what if they actually know what to do to correct the course now. Yeah, so it's a real shame because, like I said, I absolutely love these movies. They seem to be destroying it, and they're even admitting here that you know a large part of it is because they've decided to get involved in political issues which are at odds with a whole huge portion of their customer base, and that is hurting them. And you know, after this this little spat from with Elon Musk, apparently trending on Twitter was cancelled Disney, and a whole bunch of Twitter users were cancelling their Disney Plus subscription. So yeah, I found that really interesting. Look, personally, I do hope that Disney is able to correct course if that's well, I think that is what needs to happen with a lot of their movies. Yeah, I hope they do. Hope they start making some great movies again. I would love to see some good Marvel, you know, something from the MCU and some good Star Wars movies on the horizon. But I'm got to be honest, I'm not holding out hope at the moment. Anyway, look, guys, this has been a bit of a technical difficulties one, so we might leave it there for that. We might even be back soon. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll both be back to catch you again later. Cheers.